I got broads in Atlanta, just to throw me in the family. Credit cards and the scammers, getting no licks in the band. Legacies.
Hi guys, this is AOR David Ben, and this is round 14 of the F8 PS4 League in Singapore. So we've qualified in first place, ahead of Hoinky Doink in P2, Washi in P3, and McQuiz close behind in P4. So we got Paul with a 142.3, Hoinky Doink there with a 144, so quite a bit of a margin. I was quite surprised with that. But it's going to be an interesting run up to turn 1, to say the least. So the plan today, providing it stays dry, which it said it was, we're going to go for a one-stop strategy. So we're going to run the ultras for about 11 laps and then switch to the super softs. So the super softs at the end of their tyre life will be around about 60%, 65%. So I'm really hoping that the rain doesn't come in, otherwise we're gonna be like Bambi on ice, and it's gonna be fun and games come end of the race. So start the Grand Prix now. I've got Hoinky Doink to the left and Washi to the right behind me. I've not had the privilege of racing a Hoinky Doink, so I didn't know what to expect going into turn 1, but I really wanted to get a good start so I could defend that inside line. But he got a really good launch off the grid. So I was trying to play it a little bit cautious going through turn 1 and 2, and just tuck in behind him and pray that we don't get any damage. Lap 3 now, right behind Hoinky Doink. I just couldn't get past him. But we've got a really good exit coming out of here. We've got the DRS. Rich Mix was on, and you could see that the red arrows were pinging to the side of me. I was praying that we didn't make contact. So kudos to Hoinky Doink for giving me some room going through there. But that's us now. Lap 3, up into P1. So the plan is put our foot down and try and make some headway with the clean air. Because we've got some fast drivers in Hoinky Doink, McQuiz and Denzamo behind us, and Washi, so we really want to get a move on and not get dragged into their fun and games. So lap 11 now, we're up into P1, still there, so that's good. So lap 11 now, and this is when we were looking to come in and pit and get on the super soft, so we got a bit of a gap to the guys behind us, so I wasn't sure if they were going to follow suit or if they were going to stay out, but we're going to come in, jump on the super softs, get back out, and that'll be us then, hopefully to run until the end of the race.
Exit now.
So towards the end of lap 13, so we're on the fresh super softs now, and we've caught Rob 2K, who's on the ultra tyres. So he's lap 13, so it's going to be about 60-65% wear on those, so he should be coming in shortly. I was hoping he was going to move over for me, not that he needs to because he's in P1, but I maybe thought that he would have moved over, being that his race would have been somewhere else down the field, but not overly bothered. Lost a few seconds, I would have thought, to McQuick behind us, but didn't affect the race too much. I'm just glad at this point that he was able to move over and pit, and I was able to get into some clean air, and as Lewis Hamilton would say, it's hammer time. So lap 23, had a pretty quiet race so far. I think we'd overtaken Caddy Damus 3 or 4 laps ago. Caught IEJ now, Ian, who graciously moves out the way for us. Yeah, pretty quiet. So Jeff had been on the radio a couple of laps before to tell us that that rain was on its way in about 10 minutes. So that's not what I wanted, because with these tyres probably be around about 40% tyre wear. I wasn't sure how the handling of the car was going to be towards the end of the race, so that was going to make things a little bit interesting, but I think for now we're just trying, as I always do, try and manage the pace and see what happens when the rain comes in, and see what everyone else does. So lap 28, and the rain's here, so really panicking at this point. The rain had been here for a few laps. I think I was about 28 seconds ahead of McQuiz and Denzamo at this point, but the tyres were about 40%, and I could just feel the back end and the front end sliding out. Wasn't able to control the car, so rather than chance it for a couple of laps, I thought we've got a good enough a buffer to the guys behind us to get in, get on the inters. Hopefully, at this point I wasn't sure if they were going to come flying down the straight, but yeah, thank God that there's a bit of a distance between us. So that's us on the inters now. Lap 29, been a pretty quiet race for us. So it's just manage the tyres, manage the car now, and try not to do anything stupid. I wasn't going to push it. It's probably, in terms of effort-wise, it's probably 70% now. A, because it's raining, and B, I'm renowned for bottling it at some point in the race and damaging my wing, so I really wanted to get this wing. So lap 29, and we mosey on through. So here we are, end of lap 31 of the Singapore Grand Prix. I'm absolutely over the moon at this point, but I was so nervous, particularly coming through this section. As you notice, I go through there quite gingerly. The last thing I wanted to do was to lock up the front tyres, hit the wall, and bin it on the last couple of corners. But even though it's been a quiet race for us, it's been quite difficult. We picked up a few points, penalty points, but that's us across the line. Victory number 2 for us now in the Ferrari. So well done, congratulations to McQuiz for crossing the line in P2, and also Denzamo in P3 with a great drive there. So that opens up the championship hugely now between McQuiz and Washi, and I believe at this point Supu's the commentator was commentating the race, noted that there's probably about a 6-point gap now between first and second. So roll on the next couple of rounds. And there we are, up on the podium, P1. Congratulations to McQuiz in P2, and the Toro Rosso Denzamo in P3. So a couple of more victories for the Toro Rossos now will absolutely guarantee them the Constructors' Championship. But no, I'm glad to get P1, and I'm able to pile the pressure on Denzamo, who is currently in 3rd place in the championship. So on to round 15 in Malaysia next, and we'll see you then.